Hearty welcome to all my dear students. Welcome to the 13th session of learning the chapter, the demographic structure of the Indian society. In the previous session, we were going through the topics literacy, rural-urban differences, and the role of mass media in connecting the relationship between the rural and urban areas. And here I would like to teach you a new topic which is given in the page number 35. We can start with the topic urbanization. First of all, I wanted to give you the meaning of urbanization. Urbanization means increasing number of people who live in urban areas. This is the basic meaning of urbanization. The increase in the number of people who live in urban areas. There are some reasons behind the rapid growth of urbanization. Now, the urbanization is growing. Number of people who live in towns and cities, it is growing. Now, I would like to teach you the reasons behind this. First one, the people from rural area, they are making an exodus to the urban areas. The people who live in rural area, they are going to urban area in search of job. That's why in towns and cities the number of people is increasing. This happened during post-independence period when India was given freedom. After that, urbanization was growing in India. First reason, rural people, they were going to urban areas, they were going to towns and cities in search of job. There are some reasons why they are going to urban areas. First reason, the decline in the common property resources. In the past, they could depend upon common property resources. There were no private properties in the past. Because of that, they could depend upon natural resources like pond, forest and grasslands. They could depend upon pond for fish farming. They could depend upon forest for basic needs, for food, for firewood. They could depend upon forest, and for feeding their animals, they could depend upon the grassland. But when the common property resources became private property, after some time, some people took the ownership of the common property resource, so that common property resources became private property resources. After that, the poor people, they could not depend upon pond and the grassy lands. What happened to the forest? Forest dried by means of deforestation, cutting down trees. Because of that, the quality of forest uprooted. In this reason, the people who lived in the rural areas, they could not attain a proper life there. Before that, they can easily depending upon this kind of natural resources. After that, when the natural resources are lost, are dried, are owned by private people, the poor people who lived in the rural areas, they started to move to urban areas in search of job, because in their hand there is no money. In the past, they didn't need the help of money to lead a life, because everything they could get from nature. When the nature is possessed by by means of capitalism, capitalist people, the poor people, they were forced to go to the urban areas for attaining money. That's why the rapid growth of urbanization occurred in the past. When they lost control over the natural resources, they caused a crisis in the life of the poor people. After that, they moved to urban areas in search of job because they underwent financial crisis. This is the main reason behind rapid growth of urbanization, moving or exodus of people from rural area to urban area. Second main reason is social reason. The people who live in rural areas, they belong to backward community, so that when they go to the urban areas, anonymity happens. Anonymity means what? In urban area, nobody is concerned about the caste identity. In the rural area, the people who belong to lower caste, they were humiliated. So that when they go to urban areas, nobody is there to identify them, whether they belong to lower caste or middle caste. So that humiliation is not happening in the urban areas, which happened in the rural areas. Because of that, the group scheduled tribe and caste, they were escaping, they were saving themselves from being humiliated, which happened in the rural areas, because rural people can identify each other, but in the urban areas, anonymity happens. Nobody is there to identify them. The situation which happened in the urban areas actually helped the people from rural area to live a peaceful life, because nobody is there to humiliate them. Because of that, the people, they started to move to urban areas. This is the social reason behind the rapid growth of urbanization. The second one that we can learn from the book, that the anonymity of the city also allows the poorer sections of the socially dominant rural groups to engage in low status work that they would not be able to do in the village. In the village, they were not supposed to do some low status works because they belong to socially dominant group, even though they belong to scheduled tribe and caste. Some people who belong to dominant caste in rural area, they would go to the urban area and they engaged in low status work. That is the another reason why there is rapid growth of urbanization. Again, I wanted to tell that point. The people who lived in rural area that belong to socially dominant rural groups, they were dominant people in the rural area. They went to urban areas and engaged in low status works which were not happening in the rural area, because they belonged to socially dominant rural groups. This is the another reason behind rapid growth of urbanization. Then there are people who were moving to metropolitan cities. Metropolitan, we know that there are 4 metropolitan cities in India: Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai and Kolkata. Mumbai is the largest one. People from cities and towns, they were going to the metropolitan cities, and because of large population which caused a lot of problems in metropolitan cities. a lot of people, they wanted to go to metropolitan cities. So the population growth happened there. The population in metropolitan cities became very high. Because of that, the infrastructure hardly can keep pace with. In a simple way, I wanted to tell you that because of the presence of a lot of people, when a metropolitan area became populated, a lot of problems happened with regard to infrastructure. The facilities cannot be provided to them because for everything some limitation is there. When the people are crowded, when the number of people are increasing, the government is feeling difficult to provide basic facilities to them, even though it is a metropolitan city. Because of that, because of the populated state in a metropolitan city, it affects the what we can say proper movement of the city. In more simpler way, I wanted to tell you that when a metropolitan city became or become populated, the local governments feel difficult to provide facilities to them because there are limitations. If the number of people increases, the government cannot provide that much facility to every people because number increases. Number is more, facility is way less. Then this is another problem of population growth in what we can say metropolitan cities. But media gives more importance to things happening in urban area. We know that when we watch news channels and such media, when we watch, we can see we are getting the news mostly from urban areas. But for power dynamics, we need the help of both what we can say urban and rural areas, because agricultural production is mostly done in rural areas, which helps to attain economical development, and the power of control, the offices and other facility hospitals which are happening mostly in urban areas. Facilities more in urban areas, but we need rural areas because agricultural production gives economic development. Because of that, power for concerning power dynamics, both these areas should be given importance. Then we can go for another important topic, that is population policy in India. Before that, I wanted to give you some additional knowledge regarding the metropolitan cities. As I have already told you that there are 4 metropolitan cities in India. Mumbai is the largest one. Then I wanted to give you the difference between town and city, which is not given in the book. Town is more populated than city is more populated than a town. In city more population is there, in town lesser population is there. Another difference is that in city there is a system of governance. Administration mostly happens in city, and in town the system of governance is not there. That is the difference between city and town. Now we can move to the next topic, the population policy in India. We all know that when population explosion happens in a country, when population growth is high in a country, which affect the economic development in a developing country. India is an example. India is a developing country. When population explosion happens, when population is increasing beyond limit, it may lead to what we can say, it may affect the negatively economic development. Every country has to face challenges because of population explosion. Because of that, in 1952, this year something a positive impact happened in India, because in 1952 India was perhaps the first country to explicit announce such a policy. It means what? Population policy was introduced in India in 1952, because Indian government felt that if population explosion happens in India, it may lead to negative impact with regard to economic development. The population explosion adversely, negatively impact the economic development. Because of that, Indian government brought this policy named population policy in India in 1952. The main aim of the policy is to reduce population growth, as we all know that, and in a socially desirable way. The main objective of this policy to reduce the population growth in a socially desirable way, and there are other three objectives. Next one, the reduction of population growth by means of birth control methods. Next one, to improve public health standards. Third one, to increase public awareness about population and health issues. These are the main objectives behind or introducing such a policy in India in 1952. And this is all about the session 13 of learning, the chapter, and session 14. We know that when we conclude, we can understand that first we learned the meaning of urbanization, increase in the number of people in urban areas. This is the meaning of urbanization. There are reasons behind it. First reason is the people from rural area, they wanted to go to urban areas in search of job, because urban areas can provide job opportunities to them. Why they wanted to go? Because the natural resources are declining, because the common property resources became private property resources. So after that they had to depend upon money, so they wanted to go to the urban areas. Second reason, social reason why they wanted to go to urban areas. In their own villages, in their own rural areas, they were humiliated because they belonged to the lower caste. Because of that, they wanted to go to urban areas. There, nobody is there to identify them. Nobody is there to humiliate them by calling them lower caste people. Next one, we studied in metropolitan cities, the number of people increased because people from cities and towns, smaller cities and towns, they wanted to go to metropolitan cities. Because of that, problems arised. How problems arised? The metropolitan infrastructure cannot keep pace with the basic needs of the people. Next one, we studied the media, mostly concentrating on urban areas, but with regard to power dynamics, we have to depend upon both urban and rural areas, because mostly agricultural production is done in rural areas. The difference between the town and city, town is less populated than city, or city is more populated than town. Second reason, system of governance happens in city and system of governance does not happen in town. That is the next difference. Then I told you the 4 metropolitan cities. After that we came to the point population policy in India, which occurred in 1952. The main aim is to reduce the population growth in the socially desirable way. There are other 3 what we can say, objectives that we already have gone through. This is all about this session. Now I wanted to give you the questions to be answered. I request all my dear students to write these questions. First one, write the meaning of urbanization and how the rapid growth of urbanization happens. Second question, what are the objectives behind population policy in India? What are the objectives behind population policy in India? I believe that all my dear students are learning well, reading the chapter well. In the next session, we will conclude this chapter. I will teach you the topic remaining in this chapter, and I also will discuss with you the questions and I will tell you the answers. So, read the chapter, make your learning beneficial. Thank you.